Good morning. This is our first white blaze. There's a lot of people over here unloading at the trailhead. I promise you I'm not lying. They're back over there. Anyway, I'm gonna get farther up trail and I'll do an intro for the morning, explain what has happened over the last, well, 4 days total, but what happened yesterday. It was basically I was forgotten and I was left at a hostel. So I ended up spending an extra day in town, but it allowed me to get videos. But we'll talk about that later after I get some miles, some distance, and some privacy. So I don't know if you can read that. I'll take a picture. But 1.6 miles from Allen Gap, where I was dropped off this morning. I've actually been looking forward to this because I've seen it on Far Out. I've seen it in some videos. I've read about it on the trek. I believe it was a trek. But anyway, so this lady here has a cabin right up the road, and she gives you a cookie and water in a trash can. And if you would like to have more cookies, then she charges you afterwards, but the first one is free. I've heard that they're rather large, the first one is. So I'm really hoping that there are cookies available because I'm about to walk over there and get one, and I may even purchase a few and carry them out with me. This is the reason that as I left town, I wasn't worried about bringing a Sammy to go, because the Sammy was going to be these cookies and some peanut butter that I have in the bag, and that was going to be kind of my Sammy to go. But anyway, let's get down here and see the Southern Cookie Lady and see what she has. I bought 3 to take with me. Okay, we are 3.5 hours in, 7.1 miles up the trail, and I've been kind of leapfrogging a couple other folks out here on trail today. Stopped at a shelter a while back, ended up getting some food. Really wasn't all that hungry, but I just need to lighten my pack up because right now my food is the heaviest thing in the bag. Not sure how far I'm going today. Kind of got a silly idea to push a 20+ mile day to make up for yesterday, which is actually why I'm even recording this. I don't know exactly what happened, but I was supposed to have been picked up yesterday at 9 o'clock after the shuttle driver dropped off the group of 4, I think it was, at a different gap. He was going to drop them off at 7, pick me up at 9. That'd give him plenty of time to get back to me. I told him if he was a little bit late, I understood, because you know he was taking them other hikers, and sometimes they're not ready at 7 o'clock when he gets there to pick them up. Well, 9:30 rolls around, I haven't heard anything. 10 o'clock rolls around, I haven't heard anything. No replies to any of my text messages. Started getting a little bit concerned, tried calling, and it just went straight to voicemail. He was actually out on the road in a dead area. But when he saw the text messages, he knew exactly who I was, and he knew there was a mistake. Me and another guy was supposed to be in the truck with him at 9 o'clock. One guy was at one hostel, I was at a different hostel. Something happened. I don't know if somebody else took my place and jumped in the truck or whatever. but he ended up taking people to the gap like he was supposed to. He just didn't take the one that was supposed to go. So we worked out an arrangement. He dropped me off this morning. He did not charge me anything, and he apologized immensely. I did end up staying at a hostel for another night that I really did not intend to. It was money I didn't intend to spend, but I was able to get my videos uploaded. Not all of them, but some of them. At least get caught up a little. And also, that twinginess that's been going on in my left knee, well, it's not there today. It was there a little yesterday, just walking around town. But today, I haven't really had any problems with it. Right now, my problems are the mosquitoes. But anyhow, that's what happened. There was no filming yesterday, so I rolled into Hot Springs Friday afternoon. I'd planned on being there Saturday, but with everything going on, I went ahead and Friday would have been the earliest. Saturday was what I thought was more realistic, but I ended up just getting in there Friday afternoon. So I stayed Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday, I did nothing but eat and resupply. Sunday, I did the 15.5 mile southbound slack pack back into Hot Springs, so that Monday, yesterday, I could have picked up and, started north again. Well, Monday ended up being another 0. I have not sat down to do the math to see just what that's going to do to me being in Harper's Ferry by the first week of July. That's kind of a deadline. I need to be there. If not, I will have to skip some sections and come back later, because I do not want to run the risk of Katahdin closing before I make it there, if I last that long. I mean, something could happen any day. I say that all the time. Again, it's more for me so that I remember it. As a friend of mine pointed out today, that no matter how hard I push to try and make up time for yesterday, if I get injured, that just means more time off trail later down the road. So, with all that being said, I will sit down, I will do the math, I'll see where I need to be. I will adjust my mileage the best that I can, that my body lets me, and I'll just keep going. But today, honestly, we've got some storms coming in. When I was in town at the diner this morning, they were talking about some severe weather around 3 o'clock. One person said that if I'm on the other side of the mountain, when it hits, it won't be too bad, because it'll all stay over toward town. But I mean, somebody can say that, and that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Like I said, the weatherman hasn't been right, but maybe 3 days, maybe 3 days since I've been out here, and that was back in the middle of April. So, but anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, get moving, because I've about had enough of these little biting flies and mosquitoes on me, and I will check back in a little bit later. That one is fresh. I had read there was maintainers out here reblazing the trail. I haven't seen them, but I have definitely noticed some of the blazes being much brighter and cleaner. Pretty nice milestone coming up here real soon. I'm just trying to make it out to the cliffs first so that we can hopefully get a view. Everybody says it's one of the best views of the AT, and it's hands down one of the best in North Carolina. Now, I don't know who they are, but we're going to find out. Everything seems to be up, up, up this afternoon. I don't know if you hear the thunder off in the distance, but trying to make it to a campsite before the storms set in, because unless this system breaks apart, there's no avoiding it tonight. It's gonna hit sometime around 6:30ish. Looks like about 8 it'll be cleared out, but there's chances of thunderstorms all the way up to 10. I don't know how far I'm going today. I'm sitting at 7 hours 43 minutes and right at 14 miles. I could make it to the shelter, but the problem is I have to go up and over Big Butt. Don't particularly want to do that in a thunderstorm, but it would put me closer to Irwin by about a half a day. I kind of slowed down when I went over the cliffs because there were so many rocks, and everybody had been talking about the rattlesnakes. Well, I didn't want to screw up and step on one, so I slowed down, paid attention. For that, I need to get going. There is some water about 3.5 miles up. I could get some water, find a stealth site, and then go up over Big Butt tomorrow. I mean, I'm kind of gonna let the weather decide. Right now, my body feels pretty good. I mean, yeah, I've been going almost 8 hours, and it has been a lot of climbing today, but I feel pretty good. My energy level started tanking a little bit earlier. I just grabbed me a couple of Luna bars, blueberry mash. One's a blueberry lemon mash, and a couple of honey stingers. So basically I filled up on sugar, and yeah, everything came back. I did eat me some protein to help balance it out, but I have not had any kind of mid-glycemic range food, something that burns a little bit slower. All right, let me keep going. These birds remind me of an Atari game. Oh, game over, they stopped. And right now the air is full of what almost smells like jasmine. I don't know what these trees are that are dropping all these little white petals. I can't get a picture of one close enough to try and identify it. But God, it smells good. This is the top of Big Butt. I'm at 4,800 feet. 4816. There's a storm coming. There's no real views. Get down. Do I really even need to say it? We can make jokes about this all day long.